Welcome back. Now, it's been 4 months since the Bree Street explosion in downtown Johannesburg. Officials ruled out methane gas as the cause of that explosion. Now the incident is set to be interpreted in art form by open studio Asise-benze Art Atelier under the theme A Joburg Cleansing. Contemporary visual artist Mncedi Madolo joins me now for more on this and to talk about the upcoming showcase. Good evening to you. Welcome to Newsnight.
Hi there, Abigail. How are you doing?
I'm well, thanks. How are you? My pleasure to have you. So I want to talk about the showcase and really focus on the theme titled A Joburg Cleansing. Why that specific theme?
So, I mean, since the explosion, it caused quite a bit of a hoo-ha with a lot of people. It also caused a bit of a scare, so
of course,
a lot of people.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, so a lot of people are now quite skeptical about going into downtown Johannesburg, on top of the reputation that downtown Joburg already has.
Sure.
So us as the artists, one of our biggest roles as visual artists, particularly in this neighborhood, is to kind of just show the softer, lighter side of downtown Johannesburg, the endless cultural activities that go on the streets, the ordinary people that make up this environment. And so the cleansing and how we at least envision it is that it's a way to try to get people to recenter themselves, to calm back down, to then give downtown Joburg a chance again, and just generally enjoy, because downtown Joburg has so much to offer.
It does have so much to offer, but it's going to be a very big job trying to change that perception.
Yeah,
it's not going to be an easy mind shift.
Definitely.
How are you hoping to do that? Could we elaborate on that?
So, I mean, with us, this has been an ongoing thing for quite a while. I mean, Asise-benze as a building, housing quite a large number of artists, and having this concentration of artists in this place helps to draw as much attention as humanly possible. So awareness about downtown Johannesburg, and answering some of the questions that people have about what caused the explosion. Is it safe down here? Can I park my car? Like these various things. I think they're actually very important, because they a lot of the time just go overlooked, and people just assume a lot of things about Johannesburg. And so that's what us as artists are trying to pretty much just champion for, in terms of getting people just aware and just enjoying downtown.
Well, I hope we can contribute to changing the narrative tonight with this conversation.
Yes.
Let's talk about the artists then that showcase at this atelier. There's both established and upcoming artists as well. Just talk us through who we can expect to showcase there.
So we have a very interesting lineup of artists that are going to be opening their doors to the general public for the day. So one of my personal favorites is a lady called Mbali Chabalala. She is a professional printmaker, amongst other works that she does. And we have artists like Zamani Kaba, for instance, who's a fellow from the KZN, and he really tries to bring his cultural aspects of home and what it means to look at home in such a nostalgic way, bringing it into the city and what that means. A bunch of us are like economic migrant laborers at this point, and so what does that mean, and how does it translate then, to everybody's coming from their various places for their piece of gold in downtown Johannesburg. And this is pretty much what the artists intend to present to the general public, how they've navigated being in downtown Johannesburg, what inspirations they've drawn from the place, and then how they personally also feel about the environment itself.
I see. So you brought in a few pieces tonight.
Quite a lot,
Let's talk through
yes.
them. We're going to just hold them up so our viewers can see. Just talk us through how this is interpreted.
So this is actually a very recent piece that I finished. And for me, when producing these works, I try to immerse myself in the environment that is downtown Johannesburg. And so if you look, the material, for instance, that I incorporate into the canvas is collected in this environment, obviously coupled with a lot of other traditional forms like the illustration and painting as well. But I always try to make sure that it speaks directly to downtown Johannesburg, and the works really give you this feel of like a rush of being in this part of
It really does.
the city.
So the material is upcycled?
Yes.
How important is the issue of sustainability in the art space? I just spoke to a designer, and it was a very interesting conversation when it comes to her view of sustainability in the art space and how that should function.
So within the fine arts, the contemporary fine arts specifically, what I've found is that African art delves a lot in non-wasting, in upcycling, in repurposing of things that ordinarily would find their way into the garbage, and this helps to awaken the audience. It helps to awaken the general public to their environment. So the part, for instance, within the cleansing is that if you are a praying person, you need to clear your space. They say cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yes.
This is the sort of attitude that we're trying to bring into downtown Johannesburg. The attitude of people towards it, and also then they can rethink what they consider disposable. They can rethink what they consider as something that should be just discarded and then can be reused, reduced and recycled.
Yeah. Another one of your art pieces, and Joburg CBD, when I think of it, I really think of the hustle and bustle of CBD. And I really see that in your pieces. I can see the hustle and the bustle. When people will be attending the showcase, I think it's next week?
Yes, so the open studio is going to be on Sunday, starting from 10. It usually tapers down at about 3, but people like hanging around because artists have so much to share with everybody.
It's 6 floors, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
How much art will you be showcasing
That
on the
is
day?
a lot.
Let's just talk through the program quickly and what attendees can expect.
So basically, the doors will be opening at 10. We have programs, for instance, for kiddies at the gallery section where they're able to, play around, make works, find ways to become creative with their hands, while the parents then are able to walk around the building and actually get to engage with the artists themselves,
Beautiful.
with everything else. One of these artworks that is here, actually, the sculpture was made by a 4-year-old.
Excuse me?
I kid you not. So this color that you're looking at right here was actually painted by a small child, Yaya Chabalala.
Beautiful, and these are the activities that perhaps the kiddies can get into on the day.
So this is what people should actually look forward to, in terms of what to do. But then also, more importantly, really get into really in-depth conversations about, changing people's perception, because we are really championing downtown Johannesburg. We've all chosen to come and live down here because we can do so much more on the ground. Well,
you've excited me, and I hope to attend.
Wonderful.
How do we attend?
So at the building, it's in downtown Johannesburg. It's about a 2-minute walk from the Gautrain. So anybody from anywhere in Johannesburg can pretty much take the Gautrain to Park Station and just walk there. But the building does have ample parking. I think there's about inside covered parking for about 100 cars. And so that actually helps a lot to mitigate people's skepticism with regards to coming downtown. But then also reaching out to the artists on the social media, simply just communicating with people, on a directly, because it's nothing too intimidating to simply just drop a message to a person to find out how to arrange access and such. But it's a free event, so it's a family day for fun, art, and a bit of wine.
I love that. Well, thank you very much for your time, for your insights, and all of the work that you are doing. I hope that we've contributed to your cause a little bit this evening.
Definitely. I really appreciate you.
My absolute pleasure, and all the best for the event. We'll chat about me attending as well. I would absolutely love to. That was contemporary visual artist Ngedi Madolo just talking to us about the showcase that's taking place a little bit later, I think next week, where all of these beautiful artworks will be on display. So go out and support. We need to support artists here in our country, but still to come on